So apart from cycling to work, I also like to, more than I do cycle touring. So one of the tours I did recently was in Portugal, where I took a fat bike with the big tires onto the beach and cycled as far as I could on the Atlantic coast in Portugal, right on the beach. The best thing for me was to literally be on the beach. You have the sea 5 meters to your right and the dunes 10 meters to your left, and just the sand in front of me. So I thought I really enjoyed it. Saw a lot of local culture, fishing on the beach, all these sort of things. So that was a very good week I had there. Questions that you might have about cycle touring, I think, might be about personal fitness levels. From my point of view, I don't think you need to be particularly fit. I cycle to work 5 miles a day, and that is absolutely sufficient, I think. The trick to me, I think, is more in knowing how fit you are and not planning for a 200-mile-a-day tour, but stop after 30 and have lots of breaks and enjoy yourself. That's the most important thing. It's not about, well, unless you want it to be, about achieving distances. It's about the ride. Another question people ask me is about the bike. So I've got a fancy bike and I like my bikes and I buy far too much stuff for the bike, but I don't think it matters what bike you have. It just needs to be a sound bike. You need to be able to change the wheels, repair a puncture and do some basic maintenance. Other than that, I think it doesn't need anything specific. The tours that I do, sort of off-road and on the beach, you do need particular mountain bikes for it, but anybody can cycle on a gravel path with anybody's bike, I think. So I wouldn't worry about the equipment. And the other question that I asked myself a lot, because I did these cycle tours in Greece and in Portugal in the heat of the summer, was about the heat. So the most important point for me was to have something on my head, because otherwise it gets very hot. Sun cream, that sort of stuff. Buy yourself sunscreen for the face that doesn't make your eyes water when it runs in. And my biggest worry was water. So when I traveled around, I had a backpack with water in it, and I put lots of water bottles on the frame. On one day, I remember I took about 5 liters of water and I went to the toilet twice. But I'm paranoid about being stranded somewhere thirsty. So I think, to me, it's important to have always more water than you need, because then you don't start drinking less than you should. And lots of drinking, to me, was the most important thing. So I cycled in 38 degrees up some hills with no wind and was sweating like mad. But it was fine. So that I think goes back to the fitness for me, especially if it's hot. Don't push yourself too much. Have breaks, stop in the shade and drink some water, and that makes it fun again. If anybody wants any advice on this, not many people know where to look at for information on that. Just give me a ring or a shout, email. If anybody wants to have it, ask me about it.